Hello everyone. Today we are going to start set number 20, most important 500 MCQs test series. So let's start. Unfinished work of William Wordsworth, The Prelude, The Excursion, We Are Seven, The Recluse. Correct answer option number D, The Recluse. Recluse, written by William Wordsworth but published after his death 1880. William Wordsworth born in 1770 and died 1850. He was an English romantic poet. Next question. Unfinished work of P.B. Shelley. Adonis, The Triumph of Life, Queen Mab, To a Skylark. Correct answer option number B, The Triumph of Life. P.B. Shelley, its full name Percy Bysshe Shelley, born 1792 and died 1822. He was one of the major English romantic poets. The Triumph of Life, published 1824 posthumously by John and Henry Leigh Hunt. Next question. Unfinished work of Keats. Endymion, Two Autumn, Lamia, Hyperion. Correct answer option number D, Hyperion. Hyperion is an abandoned epic poem by the 19th century English poet John Keats. John Keats born 1795 and died 1821. Next question. The poetry of Wordsworth and the Coleridge was notably influenced by the Napoleonic War, the Glorious Revolution, the French Revolution, the Poor Laws. Correct answer option number C, the French Revolution. The French Revolution, beginning in 1789 and ending in 1799. So the French Revolution affected the poetry as it being the beginning of a change in the current ways of society and helping to improve the lives of oppressed. Next question. The Mind Forged Pinnacles is phrased from which work of William Blake? Options: London, The Tiger, The Book of Origin, The Milton. Correct answer option number A, London. The Mind Forged Pinnacles is phrase taken from William Blake's poem London. London, written by William Blake and published in Songs of Experiences. Songs of Experiences, published in 1794. William Blake born 1757 and died in 1827. He was an English poet, painter and printmaker. Next question. Match the following elegies with the persons for which they were written. These are the options. So first option, Adonis. Adonis, written by P.B. Shelley upon the death of Keats. In Memoriam, written by Alfred Lord Tennyson upon the death of Arthur Henry Hallam. And Thyrsis Elegy, written by Matthew Arnold upon the death of Arthur Hugh Clarke. And Astrophel, written by Edmund Spenser upon the death of Sir Philip Sidney. Next question. Which of the following is not written by Walter Scott? Ivanhoe, The English Mail Coach, Lady of the Lake, Heart of Middleton. Correct answer option number B, The English Mail Coach. Not written by Walter Scott. It is an essay and written by English author Thomas D. Quincy. A three-part masterpiece and one of his most magnificent work, it first appeared in 1849 in Blackwood magazine. Next question. Ashes of Elia was published in 1800, 1827, 1823, 1850. Correct answer option number C, 1823. Ashes of Elia, it is a collection of essays written by Charles Lamb. It was first published in a book form 1823 and with the second volume, Last Ashes of Elia, issued in 1833. Next question. Which of the following is a spoof of a Gothic novel? Northanger Abbey, Frankenstein, Castle of Otranto, Mysteries of Udolpho. Correct answer. Option number A. Northanger Abbey. Northanger Abbey, most literary critics refer to as a Jane Austen's Gothic parody. It was completed 1803 but published with another novel in 1817 with another novel, Persuasion. Next question. The phrase willing suspensions of disbelief occurs in preface to lyrical ballads, biography literaria, poetics, in defense of poetry. Correct answer. Option number B. Biography literaria. The term willing suspension of disbelief, coined by S.T. Coleridge in 1817. Next question. Which romantic poet coined the famous phrase "sports of time"? John Keats, S.T. Coleridge, Lord Byron, William Wordsworth. Correct answer. Option number D. William Wordsworth. Phrase used by William Wordsworth in his famous work The Prelude. Next question. The most productive year in Keats' poetic career was 1816, 1815, 1819, 1820. Correct answer. Option number C. 1819. Most productive year in his Keats' life, because in this period he wrote great odes on indolence, on a gracious urn, to Psyche, to Nightingale, on melancholy, and to autumn. And two versions of Hyperion also wrote in this period. Next question. Mary Shelley dedicated her famous work Frankenstein to whom? Options are Lord Byron, William Godwin, P.B. Shelley, John Keats. Correct answer. Option number B. William Godwin. William Godwin was a political philosopher, novelist, and a father of Shelley. Mary Shelley is the wife of P.B. Shelley, and Frankenstein, other name the modern Prometheus. It is a novel published 1818. Mary Shelley born 1797 and died 1851. And Frankenstein, it is a novel, Gothic novel story. Tell the story of Victor Frankenstein. Next question. Which famous romantic poet begins with the line "Hail to thee, blithe spirit, bird thou never wert"? Options: Ode to Nightingale, To the Cuckoo, To a Skylark, To the Daisy. Correct answer. Option number C. To a Skylark. To a Skylark, it is Shelley's romantic ode to a small songbird. It was completed by P.B. Shelley in late June 1820. Next question. Shelley was expelled from the Oxford University due to the publication of. Options are The Necessity of Atheism, The Revolt of Islam, The Triumph of Life, The Mask of Anarchy. Correct answer. Option number A. The Necessity of Atheism. Shelley was expelled on 25th March 1811 from Oxford University for writing and distributing his short essays, The Necessity of Atheism. Next question. Which of the following points features the phrase "the still, sad music of humanity"? Options are Tintern Abbey, Ode, Intimations of Immortality from Recollections of Early Childhood, Michael, a pastoral poem, The Solitary Reaper. Correct answer. Option number A. Tintern Abbey. Tintern Abbey, written by William Wordsworth. Next question. The term egotistical sublime was coined by S.T. Coleridge, John Keats, William Wordsworth, William Hazlitt. Correct answer. Option number B. John Keats. Egotistical sublime, the term coined by John Keats in 1818 in a letter addressed to his friend Richard Woodhouse. And next, another term, negative capability, in 1817 in a letter addressed to his brother George and Tom Keats. The two terms coined by John Keats: egoistical sublime and negative capability. Next question. Poems descriptive of rural life and sceneries is written by William Wordsworth, Robert Southey, John Clare, Thomas Gray. Correct answer option number C, John Clare. It is written by John Clare in 1820 in his first book. Name the poems descriptive of rural life and a scenery. Published and created a stir while the John Clare visited London. Next question. When was Mary Wollstonecraft's A Vindication of Rights of Women published? 1790, 1794, 1792, 1796. Correct answer option number C, 1792. A Vindication of Rights of Women, and the other name with the strictures on political and moral subjects. Written by Mary Wollstonecraft. Mary Wollstonecraft born 1759 and died 1797, and wrote a book in part as a reaction to the Edmund Burke's Reflections on the French Revolution, published in the late 1790. Next question. William Blake's famous poems such as London, The Sick Rose and the Tiger appears in Songs of Experience, Vision of the Daughters of Albion, Songs of Innocence, The Marriage of Heaven and Hell. Correct answer option number A, Songs of Experience. It is a collection of 26 poems and forming the second part of William Blake's Songs of Innocence and Experiences. The poems were published 1794. So now here one question for you. Give me answer this question. Who coined the term negative capability? Give me answer of this question in a comment box below. So that's it for today. See you soon for more video. Till then, bye.